Where was Desus at?
He was like.
Was he there the whole time with you?
So he was there, but like, you know what I'm saying? Like I was like, you know what I mean? Like I was more so like thinking like long term, you know what I mean? Cause I'm like, yo, this other shit ain't it. Like I got 3 kids, now I got 3 kids.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know I'm gonna fuck around and have another one, you know what I'm saying? Cause I don't pull out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like, you know, and the pills work like 90% of the time, so there's a 10% chance.
Yeah, man.
You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I'm like, yo, I'm thinking long term. I'm like, yo, this is it. I'm doing this. This is my career now. That's it. I'm writing, I'm creating, I'm producing, I'm doing in front of camera, whatever it is you need me to do, I'm doing it on TV. But putting a year away. And got to Viceland. But you know, was the nigga making the calls, like, yo, putting the calls in, yo, going to everything. You know what I'm saying? Every party, every situation. There was a store called Community 54 down on the Lower East Side. It was like a consignment joint, you know what I mean? It had like vintage MCM shit, vintage low, all that shit. And my man Sam worked there. So they used to have concerts in the back. And that's how I met Yams, rest in peace, and Rocky and all them niggas, all the ASAP mob dudes. Cause Rocky was performing there when like Peso was just taking off and Purple Swag was just taking off, all that shit. And I remember the nigga was performing, it was like the backyard of this little store, you know what I'm saying? And now I'm like, damn, this nigga got Rihanna pregnant.
Crazy, yeah.
It's my dog, you know what I mean? Like, yo, this nigga better than Rihanna, man. You know what I mean? Like, I was like, yeah, call a nigga, I was like, yeah, nigga, you did that. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Going from there, I was just like, I was not mixy, but just like seeing where there was an opportunity, like I'm gonna go get it. You know what I mean? Like, cause I'm like, yo, I ain't going back to the block. You know what I'm saying? Like I go back to the block like on some, yo, what up?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, yo, my nigga.
But
Desus
is going half on the pack.
He was working at Black Enterprise magazine.
Nice.
So he was like, but he's like, me. I always tell motherfuckers, we talk about math. And being a teacher, I always tell niggas, I'm like, yo, we similar, we not congruent. You know what I'm saying? Congruent means exactly the same. Similar means same shape, but different sizes, different, you know what I mean, proportions, whatever. So I'm like, yo, I was really just like outside wilding. Cause my pops went to DR when I was 14. My moms couldn't hold me. You know what I'm saying? My uncles would beat my ass or whatever, but then I had the other uncles that was on the other side of the game, you know what I'm saying? So, you know, like, you know, it was just like natural, you know, type of shit. And but Desus was like, you know, nigga was a computer nigga. He was like, knew everything about computers and shit, like was, you know what I'm saying? So I'm like, when I met him, you know, the slang is there, everything's there, but you know, the more we get to know each other and shit like that, I'm like, oh, like you worked in a library, you know how to use computers and shit like that. Like, yo, you a smart nigga, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, lean into that, bro, you know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I mean? Because not everybody gotta be, you know, yo, I come from, I got it out the mud, this, that, you know what I'm saying? Like, if you had a little bread and you had a little house, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, that's fine.
That's fine. That's fine. That don't make you a herb, you know what I'm saying? Like, shit, I wish, nigga. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Ain't that the goal?
Like,
That's the goal.
But people hate it, but to stay on top of people hate on the goal when they don't have it. So they want to make the goal look not as valuable, like you're a herb because you had a good family or whatever. Niggas from good families be the biggest killers and drug dealers and all shit.
I say that shit all the time.
It doesn't matter. Like they go left, but go ahead. I'm
You know what I'm
sorry.
saying? And
Suge Knight had a good, you know.
Yeah.
You
know what I'm saying?
So they say.
Prep school and shit, all
Not
that
to
shit.
say that, you know. You know.
I'm not saying.
You just saying he was gangster.
I'm saying.
He was gangster. He had a good family. Like,
Shout out to Suge. I heard he's coming home, so.
Word?
Yeah.
Word?
Yeah.
Oh shit, okay.
Oh, wow.
That's
Except for
crazy.
the home.
He didn't do nothing.
A lot of people beg to differ.
You gotta say that. You gotta free the homie, he ain't do nothing. Even if he was there, so I'm doing it. You gotta say that.
That's an ill, he ain't do nothing resume, yo.
Oh, God.
He ain't do nothing recently. He ain't do nothing in the
While he
last.
was in jail, he ain't do nothing.
He ain't do nothing.
Yeah,
These last couple of years, he been clean as a whistle.
Especially with limited opportunities, he's been on real good behavior.
See, if that was us, he would have said, bleep him. Bleep him.
You be amazed all this shit that's been bleeped, man.
Yo, it's Mathematico, bro. You got the shit on. Come on, man.
Nah,
Mathematics is protecting the
space
brand.
already.
Oh, yeah, nah.
Yeah,
I feel,
We already bleeped
that's a
7
smart
times.
man.
Oh, no,
Yeah, that's the shit. Like,
that's one of the most tactical humans.
come on, man.
That's why he's
I already
mathematics.
know. That's why
He is mathematics.
Surgical
That's
with
why
them
this shit is
beeps.
beautiful, man, and that's why you do the numbers you do, man, because niggas know this shit is official. You know
He is
what I mean?
mathematics.
I got a good,
You know
I got
what
a
I
good team.
You know what I mean?
We working.
But how did you and Desus start the bodega? I mean, so was the Bodega Boys going on that whole time while you was in the street and he was being the computer dude? Was it formed already?
So y'all know how New York City high school is. Like your school might be closed down for summer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to go to a different school for summer school.
Right.
That was a good time to scoop up the dots, man.
Man,
Come on.
The box.
That took no time to make that turn. That left turn hit so fucking hard.
He's in summer school over there in Thought.
Shout out to Westinghouse.
South Shore.
Back in the
Oh
day.
man,
Yeah.
South Shore had the most.
Quietly,
violent-
you be beeping them, but you be putting extra sauce on.
He's like, I know, but
He
back
said,
in the
yo,
days, you know.
you out of line, but keep going.
You that fucked up uncle there. No, you that fucked up
can't
uncle
get
he's
sued for
talking about. Like, oh, Poppy, don't do that.
Yo, go ahead.
You good, bro. You good.
So you say your school is shut down.
So school is shut down, and I'm going to Lehman for summer school.
Lehman College.
Lehman High School.
High school.
On Tremont and Westchester Square. So that's his school, but he goes like regular.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, oh shit, niggas got AC. This shit is lit. Like, you know what I mean? So I'm in there every day, like, faithfully, nigga, getting that summer school lunch and that AC, nigga, what? I was in there just
Summertime
not going to
facts.
class, just catching
Awesome.
tags and shit. And I'm like, yo, they got AC in Lehman. God damn, I might transfer.
Right.
You know what I mean? So that's what we met, you know what I'm saying? But we didn't really click up, you know what I'm saying? And then fast forward to like 08, you know what I'm saying? Like that's when Twitter is like, starts to pop off. And I don't even got an iPhone, my nigga. Like I'm tweeting off a flip phone, you know what I'm saying? Like texting.
Damn.
Remember
That's
them
a lot
days?
of work.
dedication.
Yeah, bro. And
Yeah,
it was
that's
it was
dedication.
Like five
it was
times?
crazy. And I was just
You gotta get to the letter first.
that T9, bro.
Bang, bang, bang.
Whatever.
You deserve all your money.
All the bread. All the bread.
You
So I was
deserve
going in,
all your money.
and I was just responding to shit, you know what I mean? And in the beginning, and shit had a GPS feature where you could see the niggas that was around you in your hood. You know what I'm saying? So it was just like, yo, Bronx Twitter became a thing. Like niggas would be like, yo, hashtag Bronx Twitter. Yo, y'all niggas seen this dude on Fordham? He just came down doing 90. Yo, nigga got decapitated by a motherfucking word. Yo, there's a video. Back then, yo, Twitter was the Wild West, B. That shit was lively.
fact.
Like a nigga got clapped, that video was on in 20 minutes, B. And
Fact.
niggas was not deleting it. You know what I'm saying?
Fact.
So it's like we start going back and forth over shit that we got in common. Like, you know, the mall is Bay Plaza, you know what I'm saying? Like,
Oh, that's.
you know what I'm saying? You already know.
Of course,
the
bro.
BBQs was over there. So it's certain things that like everybody knows about. Shout out Vic's Music Hut, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Vic, you know what I mean? Like it's real Bronxy type things. So we going back and forth like, you
Bronxy is a word?
know. Yeah, oh yeah. Real Bronx, real Bronxish.
Bronxy.
You know what I'm saying?
Okay, go ahead.
Bronxish shit. You know what I mean? So we start talking about that type of shit and just keep going back and forth, back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. Fast forward, I get an email, student at Complex, Donnie Quack, shout out to Donnie Quack. Yo, you funny, Combat fucks with you, these niggas fuck with you, your writing is good, you know what I'm saying? Like, yo, you think you might want to do a podcast? And I was just like, nigga, I don't know what that is, but if you're paying me, let's get it. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to get that side money. I need diapers, money for diapers and milk all day.
Right.
Like, yo, to this day, like my
What
company.
kid you on by this time?
Third. 7?
Third. Yeah, no, this is third. This is
Third.
third. And nah,
So the
I'm
diapers
capping.
got
No.
the podcast?
Complex was the first shit. So Complex was like one kid, and I had more. That was my joke. I was like, yo, I got more kids than I got shirts. Cause I used to come in every day. I had the same Coke Boys hoodie. That shit was pilled up, or dusty. You know what I'm saying? With the dusty fitted. Like I got 2 hats. You know what I'm saying? And I was really out here. You know what I'm saying? Like going hard. You know what I'm saying? Like trying to get it.
Right.
And then from, you know what I mean? So from there, then the MTV shit happened, then Vice Lane happened, then Showtime happened. You know what I'm saying? But that whole ride, B, like, it was, the whole time I'm just writing. Because Victor was just like, yo, listen, dog. He's like, the money ain't, and this is what I'm gonna tell y'all, comedians, Instagram comedians, like everybody's out here trying to do viral shit. Right. Don't worry about formatting shit. Don't worry about none of that. If you got a story to tell, put it in, and it's in your voice, you already you spit, so you already know. You know what I'm saying? Like, you know what I'm saying? You're a writer, you already know. So, like, that's why I tell motherfuckers all the time. And also, kids, you know what I'm saying? Uncle Mero will tell you, there's a lot of shit that's in the industry that's not in front of the camera. You know what I'm saying? That's where you get the real bread. It's in production, executive production, writing, creating. I'm like, yo, you know who's getting the most money? I'm like, yo, I tell them, this is my example I give niggas all the time. I'm like, yo, when you watch a motherfucking, yo, remember New York Undercover?
Oh, yeah.
You watch New York Undercover, fucking Law and Order, SVU, fucking Chicago Fire, Chicago Med,
Chicago Hope.
Chicago, all that shit. It's credits. At the end of the shit, you always see one name. And niggas like, what are you talking about? I'm like, yo, Dick Wolf.
Wolf, yeah.
That nigga's on everything.
Yeah.
Nobody knows what this nigga looks like, but that motherfucker's printing money year after year after year, because Law and Order is on some channel.
Syndication.
At some time. What?
Got like 5 different joints running.
Running at the same time.
SVU, criminal intent.
He got shit in syndication. You know what I'm saying? When I first got in the game, that was my goal. Like, yo, get this sitcom popping, because back in the, and that's another thing I want to tell y'all. Media, you know what I'm saying? Corporate America, whatever you want to call it. What happened to the fucking black sitcoms, bro? You know what I'm saying? Niggas had Thea, we had
Cosby Show.
Cosby, you know what I'm saying?
227. Different World.
Fucking, yo, you can take it to the 90s in the house with LL. Fucking Homeboys.
Malcolm Jamal Warner had his own joint.
You know what I'm
Malcolm and Eddie.
Malcolm and Eddie.
Homeboys, which was terrible.
The Wayans
Brothers was lit.
Fire.
Sister.
You know what I'm saying?
You know
And
what
I'm
the
like,
black
yo,
comedy is now? The black sitcom? Love and Hip Hop.
Yo,
Reality show.
yo,
crazy.
It's crazy because it's like, yo, and it's you know, to take a page from Chappelle, like he's like, yo, when he did that shit, when he was like, yo, you bugging, you turned down 50 mil. He's like, yo, I felt like niggas was not laughing with me, they was laughing at me. So that's when like the Love and Hip Hop shit, like that's when I started to feel funny about like
Love and
MTV,
Hip Hop,
like,
fighting.
That was
I'm
after
like,
the
yo, y'all
strike.
taking this shit on.
That was after the strike.
You know what I'm saying?
As soon as the writers went on strike, a bunch of shows never saw their final episode. Reality TV became cheaper to produce because you didn't have to pay
about
all
the writer's strike.
The writer. Remember, there was one dope show that I never forget. Girlfriends.
Oh, girlfriend.
Remember how lit that shit was?
Yeah.
The writer's strike came on, that show never fucking came back. And then reality came on, and that shit was cheaper to make than a regular show. So they
were like,
got
fuck
rid of
that.
it. When you ask what happened to the black shows,
Girlfriends was a good show too.
yeah, it's Tracy
great
Ellis
show.
Ross.
I used to watch.
That shit was
What was
lit.
the Queen Latifah show that they had?
Living Single.
Living Single was dope. Come on. They had
Keep your head up, I know you went through the
Each
Overton
one, they
joke.
got it there.
Oh man.
I know you went because I went through them.
Which one?
I went through them.
What'd you say? I
The
think
Overton joke.
The light skinned
Light skinned bald niggas. Oh, you Overton.
What made you start converting your thoughts into writing? Because the only people that I know that write are rappers.
So that was the thing. Rap, like
You're a rapper.
and I used to sit. I'm a frustrated rapper. You know what I'm saying? So like,
Say that again. You are
a
what?
frustrated rapper. You know, I don't got it like math. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was a nigga in the cypher. Like, you know what I mean? Like, there's 20 niggas. I come in, I keep a couple bars for you, you know what I'm saying? I stay with an ox, but I'm not a farmer, you know what I'm saying? A little something, whatever. Next nigga, you know what I mean? Like, whatever, you know what I mean? Throw the beat on the J arms. I know y'all niggas, come on, y'all niggas was sitting down smoking like guap to some J arms, man.
I stay with the ox,
but I'm not a farmer.
I ain't gonna laugh at you, bro. That shit was hard. You put that shit the right way, that shit was some we don't know the context of that. He's like, stay with the ops, but I'm not a farmer.
Stay with the ops, but I'm not a farmer.
Give it to me in a battle rap, like, you know what I mean? Like, how you really gotta say to a nigga.
I stay with the ox, but I'm not a farmer.
You gonna hit him with
Nah, that don't work. That don't work. When the last time you seen an ox on a fucking farm? Let's see that shit, man.
Something about a leather bomber, and shit just keeps going.
Just keep going.
Word
Stay
to
with the
Obama.
cow, but I'm not a
So you converted your thoughts to just writing because you was a former rapper.
Right.
Gotcha.
You know what I'm saying? So and then Twitter was good for that. You know what I'm saying? Because it was like 140 characters. That's like, 2 bars?
You gotta get it off. Yeah, you gotta get it off.
that
That
joke
140 was tough.
It was hard. So that's when I started spelling you, just you. You know what I mean? Two,
Yeah, everybody
number
started
two.
simplifying
shit so you can fit it all in. You know what I'm saying? Hey,
Then the acronyms got out of control.
Right, exactly. So then, you know what I mean? Then they got to 240 or whatever the fuck. But that's how the whole shit kicked off, you know what I mean? Because it was like, yo, like, motherfuckers was telling me, like, yo, you said that shit last week. Like, they would say some shit that I said, and I'm like, oh, nigga, that shit was crazy. Right. They're like, nigga, you said that. I'm like, oh, well,
shit.
yeah, I did say that. You right. I was like,
That's why it's so good.
It's hot for trapper turn smack rapper. Only smack rapper that you know is smack rappers. Got bars I can hang with the backpackers. Trap star, I don't hang with the backpackers. I'm in the hood with the work you heard. Making fiends leave earth you heard. Got your baby mama thirst you heard. Feel the flow, nigga, throw it in reverse. This the wave you need to surf you heard.